Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here, returning with Golden Opportunities Coaching. Welcome back to those of you who are new. I know it's been a couple of months, and long version of a short story or short version of a long story, depending on how we look at things, is that life got ahead of me, and I had some physical challenges. I had some business-related challenges, still trying to reach a financial goal for a move and other things. I will be here more regularly, although I don't want to overpromise that I'll be here all the time. But I'm going to do my best to be here as often as I can be with the new demands upon me. So anyway, want to do a two audio series on the benefits of coaching, and I'm going to break it down into two 5-tip series so that kind of you can look at that going forward. If there's something you want to see covered, please feel free to reach out at PO Perception on Twitter or in the About Me section of this YouTube page, and you can get my contact information, also talk things through as that as well. So what are some things that coaching can help a person to deal with? There are quite a number of them, but regulation of emotion, figuring out your why. We all have different emotional states, and when you understand how to manage your emotional state, you're going to live life better, you're going to get more out of your daily living, and when you do that, then you have the power to do things with your life that you really want to accomplish, whatever they may be, personally, professionally, emotionally, or whatever status there is. And so when we begin to look at the ability we have to handle our emotions and figure out the root causes of our emotional states and then modify behavior through coping mechanisms in order to create better ways to set things forward, then we can live life in a much more conducive and better way. The next thing is kind of looking at performing and reaching our goals effectively. It's the modification of goals that is almost pretty regular for people. Sometimes time management becomes an issue. Sometimes we lie to ourselves and say that the things that we call a priority are a priority to us when they're actually not. And other times people will overextend themselves because their social calendar is too full and the number of people counting on them for certain things is overwhelming, and that can become a major issue as well. People also come to coaching for behavioral modification tips, whether that be accountability related to a negative behavior or the setting of good behaviors. So again, it comes down to finding your why and understanding the why behind the actions you're taking. You have to understand why you want to accomplish a certain goal, but also finding out why you care about the goal itself and reestablishing your willingness to identify the things that are holding you back from reaching that goal and the things where you're losing time. Look, we all have the same amount of time in any given day, but how we use our time is almost more important than what we say we're going to do. If I say I'm going to work out, or say I'm going to study, or say I'm going to do an audio, and yet if I say I'm going to do something and then I never do it, and I'm sorry about the overall drop in audio there for a second. We lost audio for a second, but if I say I'm going to do something and then I never do it, it becomes problematic. And again, following through on, whatever the goals we set are for ourselves, and also identifying the reasons that we aren't following through can be super important as well. Identifying the changes that you want to make in your own behavioral patterns and the things you desire to accomplish is super important, and making time for quality relationships. The balance between helping another person, serving another person, being of benefit to them, but also identifying the ways in which we are really reaching our goals and doing the things that we need to is also important. And so sometimes we tend to overgive to other people in order to make them love us or to feel more valuable to the people in our lives. And so finding boundaries in relationships, also finding what we need from a relationship, finding out if we've outgrown certain relationships. Coaching can be helpful in that as well. And so it's all about getting the most out of every experience that we have, reminding ourselves to remain present moment-minded, but also identifying the things that might be taking us out of the moment at least a little bit in a manner that may not exactly be in our best interest in every possible way. So identifying those is important for a number of reasons. Hopefully, this is helpful. As mentioned, I will try to be back here as often as I can. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what my schedule looks like day to day. I'm running multiple businesses, so I will be here more than I have been the last couple of months while planning for what looks to be a rather major move over the next several months. Anyway, until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.